And take two. Good morning, good evening, greetings and salutations from the Contagion Effect Forum, where we bring you one episode every Thursday. But today, if you noticed, you may have gotten a second episode. So congratulations. The fortunate part is they didn't know how to turn on the mic. Or the unfortunate part, however you want to look at it. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. We weren't irritated. We were just concerned because we had to send links out. It's all good. Love you guys. Hope you guys had fun. Next time we can put something together for Cammy's Cosmo Cammy, I believe is what her Instagram is. Probably messed that up. She'll let me know. Hey, welcome to the Contagion Effect, everyone, where we get to talk to law enforcement, first responders, veterans, and anybody I want to talk to, because that's how it is here at the Contagion Effect Show. As you notice, we have the transition is just about complete. I've been told to take that out, but I kind of like it there. We have gifts today. Timmy, good evening. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of pressure. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good evening. Welcome, Tim. I know you're getting ready to start your day, I think, you got a new job. You got a new start time. So I don't know what your schedule is yet. But we got gifts. We got gifts from Hero Stock. We have the new 2024 Hero Stock calendar that came in. We have gifts from Joe Allen Christie Music. He is a veteran. Go check him out. Catch 22. They had sent some stuff in the mail. And we might have a live unboxing. The first live unboxing of the Contagion Effect Show. So we had to get rid of the dust cover or spit guard, whatever you fancy people call it, because I felt a little felt like it was a little distance there. So get a little bit more clean speaker. Clean speaker. All right, let's go. Let's bring up what do we got first? What do we want to do first, people? Let's do this. Let's do our intro and get a little Scotty Hastings. I'll tell you guys about what happened this week, and then we'll get going.
Yeah, the times and places they may change, but one thing stays the same. The stories that they tell about going through hell. If you think they wouldn't do it all over again, well, you just don't know them. The memories that they own of the ones who didn't make it home, it sure do miss them, but they keep them all living in the stories that they tell.
Bum, bum. Thank you, Scotty Hastings Music. I know you were in Nashville with some of our friends checking out some new lyrics, and I can't wait. Can't say much. Banana Penny, welcome. Thank you. JD, hey, another day down, dude. You made it one day at a time, buddy. Nice to see you. Glad you guys are here. So I've been under the weather like all week. I've been sick, but of course, not sick enough to come talk to you guys. I hear you, living room. They're already yelling at me. Basically, that's what it was. Yes. For the first time, this guy comes on my show and then wants to start talking trash like that. You see that? That's how it is around here. I love it. Hey, you know what? I'm not even going to wait, dude. I've been chasing this interview for a while, and super busy dude, and he has a great following. And again, I'm not even going to wait. Okay, got you. I'm not even going to wait. I'm just going to bring him on because I think it's just so cool. I think he's a cool guy. I got to talk to him a little bit. But if you guys have a beard, or you know anyone that has a beard or a mustache, or just you want some cool swag to help support firefighters and giving back to first responders and whatnot, you need to go check out this link right here. I have a link. Yes, I have a link for him. I have a link, ladies and gentlemen. Griffin, welcome to the show. I'm just going to jump right into it, dude. I couldn't.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Yeah. What's going on?
Not much, dude. After the week that I've had, I'm like, you know what? I don't know how long we're going to go, so we're just going to jump into it. Griffin, welcome, man. I think what you have going is awesome. I think you have a great product. The Brotherhood of the Fire Department. It's not just the means the entire world, right? I mean, if you're a firefighter here, you're a firefighter there.
Yeah.
Basically.
Definitely. It's definitely an extended family.
Yeah.
To be able to walk into any firehouse across the country and sit down at the table and know what's going on and what they're talking about, and just hey, these are my brothers and sisters too.
Yeah, no, that is dope. And I by no means, and I know TV is TV, and I don't know if you've gotten this question before, and of course, Chicago Fire is on at this house. It's either med, fire, or police. I mean, the overlap, and I get it. They're all TV shows. I mean, trust me, I'm the most cynical person. I mean, as a truck driver, I look at convoy and like, there is no way in hell that happened, and so I get it. But is there anything that kind of crosses over whenever you watch it, or you just sit there like, yeah, no?
I think we'd like to think every call was that extreme.
Yeah,
like everything is like a truck hanging off of a bridge or like a high rise on fire, and like it doesn't happen as often. Like
the acid leaking towards the aluminum shavings in the corner.
And like somehow there's a countdown in the corner of like, if you don't do it in 30 seconds, the world's over. Like, it's just not really, but it'd be cool sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because the one episode I was like, he took the fire extinguisher and he sprays the hole, and then he starts pounding. I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. Like, it's TV. I know it's TV.
Yeah.
So I don't want to compare the two, and I'm not trying to be insensitive or disrespectful or anything like that, because I know what you guys do, because every single day you don't know what's going to happen, right? I mean, you're in Colorado, right? You can name your station, right?
I'm in Utah, actually.
So Utah. I'm sorry. Gosh,
yeah. So I actually just relocated from Texas to Utah. So I'm a new guy again here in Utah, which is cool. I have kind of an outside point of view from how things were done in Texas for the past 10 years to here, working for a big city versus now a smaller department. And I mean, fire is fire, right? But communities are different. What you respond to isn't always the same. How you do it's different. Like obviously here we have a ton of snow, which is a game changer. But I mean, fire is fire.
Well, going from Texas to Colorado, I mean, gosh dang, why am I on the Colorado thing? I don't know why. I apologize. Going from Texas to Utah, I mean, how can you compare? Because everything's bigger in Texas, right? So everyone else has small things and small. Obviously, I'm joking, but Texas is Texas, but Utah seems like one of those cool, because you're on the south part of the state, right? You guys are closer, like St. George.
We're about 30 miles south of Salt Lake.
Okay. So you're pretty close to the middle then. Okay.
Right. We're kind of like right in the middle. That whole little corridor, American Fork, Pleasant Grove, Provo, that whole little section right there. So.
Nice. Right on. No, that's awesome. So like I said, man, Contagion Effect, we get to talk to cool people, and the little transition that we've been going all through for the last couple months. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just going to reach out to people. I'm like, and obviously, you said you're not the social media guy, and you have a production team behind you.
Actually, I do all the social media. I just don't claim to be a technology expert, but I'm the face behind all of it.
Yeah.
I do all that. I'm not great at making sure all the right buttons are pushed and all that kind of stuff.
Right. But what's funny is that when I was watching some of your videos way back when I first saw it, and a couple of my buddies, Eric Laws and Nick Papadopoulos, they had turned me on to you. I'm like, oh, dude, like this dude, it's funny. Like everything was just funny. And I think what really kind of put it over the top was Halloween, right? I mean, your wife dressed up as you basically for Halloween, right? Which was hilarious. That's great. So, so she obviously she has to kind of embrace this whole thing, right? Because I mean, it's the brand. It's the brand.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty locked in the mustache life. So she does a lot of our website stuff, a lot of our graphics, all that. So it's definitely a team, both of us doing it. So, I mean, she's all in just like I'm all in.
Yeah.
I just wear the mustache, and that's the way
it is. So I do want to call myself out because I made a purchase. We're gonna unbox it here in a minute. And this is not directed towards you or nothing like that. But when we order stuff, we get an email. Oh, hey, thanks for But when you get an email and you order something from Salt Stache, and I have the link and I'll have everything tied in here, you're going to get, I believe it's 6 days or 7 days of emails thanking you. And not only just thanking you for buying the product and letting you know what goes on behind the scenes, it's a real person. So don't be an asshole. Sorry, Reese across America. Don't be an asshole whenever you say, yeah, hey. And, you know, as an, I called it a 9 to 5 guy, you know, I forget whenever you are in fire, you guys are on 24 shifts. 24
so we work 48.96. So I'm on 2,
okay.
off 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, my old department was 24/48, so on for 1, off for 2. But now I'm 2 days on, 4 days off.
Okay.
Plus,
okay.
So it's actually like 7 days on, 0 days off.
Yeah. That's no. Yeah. So I'm like, hey man, like I think I said on like Saturday, I'm like, hey man, I can't wait to talk to you. I got done. I'm like, oh man, like I'm not losing this one. Like I'm not gonna lose this interview. I want to chase this guy. And so I'm like, oh, so I got a little frustrated. I got my feelings a little bit. And so I apologize to you and your wife. And remember, whenever you're emailing it, hey, there's a live person there. So like, hey, what's up, Mark? Mark and Andrea, they are both with the People's Patriot Project. They're out of they're worldwide too, but they're out of Minnesota, and they have a little leg down in Louisiana, and they do some great things. They've just gotten awarded the ambassador for Reese Across America, and awesome. I forgot the fort. Dang it! Sorry, Mark. I try to remember. I just watched your interview earlier, but yeah, Reese Across America is a big thing for us. It's one of those things that it goes year round, you know, and we are part of Reese Across America Radio. They rebroadcast us on Tuesday nights at 8:00. So Trucking Tuesday is what it is. And I have to play a little bit of that stuff earlier or later. But like I said, I wanted to get into the interview and all that stuff. So yeah, where did you grow up? Like, where did you grow up, and how did this become, you know, what you wanted to do?
So I actually grew up in Southern California. I grew up about 10 minutes from the beach and an hour from the mountains. Nice. So growing up, that was a perfect place to be, right? Like go to the beach or snowboarding or whatever. Everything was right there. Ended up finishing school. My girlfriend of the time, now wife, we actually went to high school together in California. 2 weeks after graduation, we both packed up and headed to Texas. We were young, starting out. Texas was affordable. There was lots of jobs. You could actually get a house and all that kinds of stuff. So we moved out there. I originally went to school for chassis fabrication and high performance engines. So I started building off-road race trucks. I worked I worked at some off-road shops. Worked for a place called Rock and Roll Off-Road. We had a trophy truck, so we went out to Vegas for all the races and helped with all that whole deal.
And being a young kid, I mean, dude, like what could be better, right? You got your girl, you're making some money.
Trucks. I mean, life is good, right? So built race trucks for a while. But when I was growing up, my parents were actually both in a super bad car wreck together, where they both got super messed up. My dad ended up coding actually 3 times, over 22 surgeries in the ICU. They're both alive and well today, but years later, as he was telling me the story and kind of updating me and all that kinds of stuff, he said one thing that always stood out to me when I was a kid. All his friends were police growing up. He wanted to be a cop. All his friends were cops. Everything he did was law enforcement PD. We'd go shooting with his friends all the time, and he knew nothing about fire. But he told me while he was hanging upside down in his car and he heard the jaws of life, right? The rescue tools, he heard them start. He didn't know what they were, but he said at that moment, he knew there was hope. Yeah. And like, as a little kid, I was like, man, I want to be that hope for someone on their worst day. Yeah. So fire was always something that was like kind of in the back of my head that I never really pursued until I was in Texas for a while working on race trucks. I was like, all right, this is cool. But I felt like I was supposed to do something different. Yeah. So I ended up going back to school, EMT school, fire school, all that kinds of stuff, and got hired on. And been doing fire for over 10 years now.
That's awesome. And that, and again, if you order something through saltstache.com, you will get that email and you will get that story, because I just read that story the other day whenever I was reading, and I was like, I know this story. So Fort Snelling, yes, Fort Snelling they're the Reese Across America liaison, which there is a lot, and I'll screw up the number, but it's like, I want to say it's about over, I think it's 200,000. Correct me, Mark. I don't know. I just stick my interview. How about that? But I mean, basically, trying to do all these things. It's all good though. That's cool, because there's always that one sideways moment in life where you're like, oh, like, okay, like, let's go do this. Let's go check this out and see how it is. Yeah. So I mean, so I gotta see, 290,000 warriors in Fort Snelling National Cemetery. You have I'm like, again, before they said it on the show, gosh dang it, like I said before on the start of the show, we're going to bounce around, and we're going to talk about, you guys have a benefit coming up. It is on Friday, January 19th. It is at the Zion Brewery Station number 2, not number 1, but it's the brewery, Zion Brewery Station number 2, which is at the corner of West George Boulevard and North Main Street. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me what's going on with that.
So this will be our 4th big event. I mean, we do a ton of events, but this was the one that we call Stache Bash. So this, like I said, this will be our 4th one. The second one in St. George. So basically that weekend, they have what's called Winter Fire School, where basically the whole fire service in Utah comes down for training and classes and all that. Wow. So Station 2 Brewery is actually the old St. George fire station number 2 that they turned into a brewery. Oh, that's
awesome.
So we got with them, and basically we have a big forcible entry prop that we bring down there and do a bunch of raffles and prizes and a forcible entry contest and a mustache contest to basically raise some money. We've done it for different causes throughout the years. This one will be the 2nd time that we'll be benefiting Sons of the Flag, actually. Which does like burn camps and raises money for research, for skin grafts and stuff like that for kids. And like I said, burn camps for kids and all that kinds of stuff. So that's who we'll be benefiting this year. But yeah, it'll be January 19th in St. George that evening after Winter Fire School. So should be firemen from all over the state. I know we have some guys driving in from California. We have some guys coming from Arizona. So we had guys coming in from Indianapolis last year. So we'll see how it turns out this year.
That's awesome. And again, the communities, once you get sworn in, you become part of the community. Yeah. I guarantee there'll be a lot of badges and coins handed around. And it's just a cool thing. We have there's a cafe here locally, and they do the badges I keep saying badges. No one's going to give you their badge, but the patch, right? And it's cool. I mean, that's a cool thing. It's making doors here. There's I was just looking at the Sons of the Flag, and the mission. Sons of the Flag, revolutionary burn care and quality for the life of veterans, first responders, and families. It's such a great organization, right? There's they help out across the nation, based out of Texas.
Yep.
So I'm going to link that to us too here.
Awesome.
But we're going to get in touch with them, and we'll see what we can do.
Awesome.
Growing up in the Cali, in the SoCal, it's just a different world here. I'm in Central Valley, so I'm close to Modesto, just under Sac.
Okay.
We're 2 hours from everything too. I mean, I'm not a skier or nothing like that, but it's just a different world, right? So whenever people say, "Oh, you're from California," it's like, do you claim California at all anymore? Are you like, I'm done with it?
Man, I
It's
used
all good
to.
if you don't.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't.
left. I think I always say I left in like the first wave before it was
Yeah,
cool. So
yeah,
I left there in '07, I think. So I lived in Texas for I think 16 years. But man, California is not the same. It's not the same place I grew up.
no,
We still have
no,
family out there, so we still visit out there regularly. But yeah, knowing how it was where we grew up and stepping away, but still visiting, we kind of got to be firsthand witnesses to watch all the change over the past few years. It's been hard to watch, man, because it's definitely not the place we grew up.
yeah, and that's the part that sucks for us because I mean, I literally I love where I live.
Yeah.
Like I said, Yosemite's 2 hours, Sacramento, or I literally just called it twice. San Francisco, you can be in the ocean and be in the mountains, be at a lake and all in one day if you really, really wanted to get down
Yeah.
to it. And it sucks. The policies and procedures and everything that they've got going on here is just next level crazy. And again, we don't get into too much politics, but it's always nice to have people understand what we're going through because it's still I mean, there's a reason why we live here.
Yeah, the
But,
people are still good. The place is cool. I
yeah,
mean, whoever the rule makers aren't I don't think
yeah,
representing the majority, but that's a whole different
no,
conversation. The
yeah,
people
yeah,
there are
for sure.
good. Yeah, the place is awesome.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Travis? Another good gentleman right here, Oscar Mike Radio, Travis Partington. Thanks for joining. Here we are. We're talking to Griffin from Salt Stache.
Stache Salt.
I knew I was going to screw that up, dude. I know. You see the pause? You see the pause? I apologize. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah, it's all good.
I knew I was going to screw that up. I told myself, don't do that today, dummy. Hey, real quick, I got to play a couple segments real quick, but we're going to come back and talk some more with Stache Salt. Did I do it again? No, I didn't do it again. All right, we'll be right back. The Contagion Effects Show can also be heard on Wreaths Across America Radio on Truckin' Tuesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. You can find Wreaths Across America Radio on the iHeart app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. Search the word Wreath.
Remember.
Honor. Teach.
Give the gift of remembrance. Sponsor a $17 Veterans Wreath for an American hero. Learn more at wreathsacrossamerica.org.
I had to take a video off there because it made everybody cry. And it was such a touch. I mean, I should probably put it back on, but I did it during Christmas and I got a bunch of messages and stuff. And it made people cry and made them in the feels. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what we talk about. PTSD and suicide and prevention and awareness and stuff like that. So, here's the part of the segment where we kind of get into like the day to day, or some of the things that you see that are real life, right? I mean, it's not movies, it's real life stuff. And so,
Yep.
Let's start in Texas. Whenever you're in Texas, and we don't need to get details and stuff like that. But the hardest thing has got to be knowing that you still got to do the job, but there's like a sad ending to this, right?
Yeah, I mean, no matter what you do, sometimes it's just not going to be enough. The world is just a broken place and bad stuff happens. I think the earlier you come to that realization, the better off you'll be of, hey, bad stuff just happens. I absolutely hate when first responders, fire, police, whatever says it's not my emergency. I actually hate that because it is my freaking emergency because I signed up to go help, whatever it may be, whether it's a fire or someone stubbed their toe. It is my emergency because I said I was going to go help. But I think realizing that no matter sometimes if you do every single thing right, that bad stuff still happens. I don't want to say kind of like relieves the pressure, but in a way it does. Just because, I mean, like I said, we live in a broken world, the bad stuff happens, but there's also times where you think the worst is happening and you do all the exact same things and there's a great outcome.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why you want to do it. It's for them, right? Whoever the citizens are, whoever the families are, it's for them, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just a pet peeve of mine when people say it's not my emergency, because I completely 100% disagree. It is my freaking emergency, because I said I was going to go intervene and help to my best of my abilities. So,
yeah. And again, hey, thanks, Ann. Thanks for jumping on. And I'm not blocking Travis. I'm not. Yeah, I know people voted for you. Yeah. I know. We get it. I mean, we can, like, again, we're not politics. Travis does a great job. He's got a great platform, and he's more in tune with governmental issues and stuff like that. And not that I'm not. I'm just saying it's not what I want to do, right? I mean, I'll just bury my head in the sand, right? But again, I want to get back to before I sidetrack this. So you celebrate you have to celebrate those good moments, right? And you just remember, like, hey, like you said, it's just not everything's going to, if you can do this, you can do it by procedure, and it just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like you said, it's just too late, or something too bad happened. I mean, you just never know. But it is our responsibility, I believe, to be there for the families or whoever it is afterwards, because their world just changed, right? Whatever it may be.
You get to see people at their worst moment, right? I mean, and then their emotion is like, well, you guys didn't do enough, or you guys didn't do this. It's like, hey, man, we have time to get here. Again, you're trying to assess the situation as you're walking towards it, trying to understand how to attack whatever the situation is. Just, I don't want to go in like 2-car accident or something like that, but you're trying to not only just look at the situation of the thing, but now you got the surrounding area too, whenever you guys are done with the call and you guys are heading back, is there any of that moment where, man, like, how do you process? What's the procedure of processing something like that?
It kind of just depends on what it is, honestly. I don't want to say there's stuff that's routine, right? But unfortunately, there are things that happen more often than others. I think the days of bottling it up and being a tough guy and just pushing it away and pretending like all that stuff doesn't bother you are gone. I'm grateful those days are gone. I'm grateful for the people that came before us and paved the way. But I believe that opening up as a crew, getting sitting around the table when you get back and kind of talking about, like, hey, what went well? What could we have done better? Is there anything that we could have done that might have changed an outcome? That all that comes back to crew integrity, working well together, opening up, and being ready for the next one, right? Because it doesn't matter. Something terrible could happen and you could be sitting there talking about it and you get another one right away. Right? Like, you just don't know. So, I mean, staying ready and being there for each other, like, hey, if I know this particular thing bothers this person more than it bothers this other one, we're going to step in that gap and try to fill in for each other. So it's just working and opening up together and just being there as a team, right? Because this is a team sport.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. On a personal note, in the fire department, do you see yourself moving up the ranks and being anything? Well, I don't want to say it like that, but reaching new heights, is how I would like to say. Yeah.
I think there's always, like, I think a lot of people aspirations to grow or promote. For certain other people have different reasons for wanting to promote, right?
Yeah.
Personally, my favorite thing to do is drive. I feel like I'm really good at driving, but it's not just driving, right? It's operating the apparatus, whether it's an engine pumping fire lines or if it's a ladder, setting up next to a building for a collapse or whatever it may be. I feel like everyone has their sweet spots. Some, as they move up the ranks, want to do more paperwork. I'm not really a paperwork kind of guy. I'm more of a boots on the ground kind of guy.
Yeah.
So for me personally, That's kind of a sweet spot of you're kind of in the middle. You're not the brand new guy, but you're not the chief, right? Like you're kind of in that mid grade, like you have some role and authority and influence. And obviously getting to and from everywhere is one of the most important things. If you don't get there, you can't fix it.
You gotta be a good chauffeur, bro.
Absolutely.
You gotta
I'm
be a
gonna
good
get
chauffeur.
hat and everything.
Joey, this is Joey from he's out of Cleveland, Ohio. He has a great show on YouTube. He works for the Veterans Affairs Association office up there. I'm sorry, Joff. Damn it, I always forget that. And I'm gonna jump one comment to get to this one. Yeah, dude, bro, go check it out. Stache Salt. I just had the link up. Go check it out on Instagram after the show. We're gonna get to some more. We're gonna get to some more beers. Maybe we'll have a little. Show me how to do. I got a little box over here, and there was a double. I don't know what. There was a double roller. That guy had his goatee. I mean, remember, guys, I've been growing this for 4 months, right? I mean, shit, that's how excited I was when I got the email confirmation. So, yeah, I always want to be a part of it. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that's like a prereq, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's step one. You show up to your interview. Are you willing to grow up?
Oh, yeah. I was going to show some stuff on your Instagram. We're going to hold off a little bit on that because I mean there is some great stuff there though. It's all good. What do we got here? Had to miss a bit. Stache Wax. Well, Stache Wax.
Yeah, we call it Stache Wax, but I mean, if you have a friend,
I don't know what you guys
like it too.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what happens when you live in Alaska for a while. So yeah, we're gonna open this box up now. So I'm so glad it got here on time. I know I didn't go hog wild, but I know there's something special in here because I bought me a new hat. I'm a hat guy. Love me some hats. I picked up the Freedom
Firefighters for Freedom.
Yeah, Firefighters for Freedom. You want to talk a little bit about that organization that or the program you got going with them?
Yeah, so Firefighters for Freedom is a group, obviously, of firefighters from across the country. Their motto is standing with firefighters who stand for constitutionality. Like we said, we're not trying to get all political, but there are some people over the past few years that were forced to leave jobs due to different mandates and stuff like that. That's actually how I ended up leaving Texas. I was in a similar boat. But what they do is they raise money for legal fees and just all that kinds of stuff for the guys that basically lost their jobs, for the guys that were sent home without pay. It's just a way for us to stand with those guys. A good buddy of mine actually was let go less than a month ago. So this is, what are we, 3.5, 4 years into this now? And he was just fired officially 3 months ago, or I mean 3 weeks ago, whatever. And he's a 23-year guy. He was a captain. He was a 23-year servant to the city. A captain, went up through the ranks, has been off pay, sent home without pay for over 600 days. And they finally just let him go a few weeks ago. So that's who we're trying to help, is the guys that have dedicated their life to serving the citizens, and we feel like got a raw deal.
Wow.
So
so I'm actually kind of stoked. I forgot my towel. I had a towel in there. I didn't want to get my shirt, but
yeah. So that one is a pretty strong hold. It's
it's real strong.
Yeah, so that's a mix of leather and cognac is the scent on that.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, so once you dig
Sounds
into
like
it,
Grandpa's chair.
Yeah, so it'll break up the scents a little bit as you get in there, and But firefighters. Yeah, hit it with a blow dryer for 10 to 15 seconds.
I was just gonna say, this is sticky icky.
You'll be ready to go. Yeah, that's the sticky icky.
Oh, we're doing it right now, dude. How about that?
Perfect.
We're just doing it.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm ready for Twisted Tuesdays, right? Twisted Tips Tuesday?
Twisted Tip Tuesday. You ready to rock and roll?
Tuesday, dude. I am stoked. Let's see.
Yeah, little comb. There you
oh
go.
Man, I got all messed up there.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually,
little pocket comb too.
Hold on,
I'm
not even gonna unbox.
There should be one in the box, man.
Hold on, let's see.
Pretty sure there's one in there.
Now I can't grab my hat though. Check that out. Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
What does the underbill look like? Show us the underbill. Show us,
bro.
Yeah, stay salty, my friends.
Stay salty, my friends. Yeah, that's dope. Oh yes. Oh, and the guitar pick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, those are the new ones that aren't even out yet. So there you go.
What? That
That
is dope. Now I gotta learn how to play. We have veteran song. Here's the thing, man. I know I'm kind of slacking on the comments and stuff like that up there, but we have a veteran community, and it's called Hero Stock, and they do, and even WP3, they do a bunch for veterans, and we're gonna have to get a concert going. Dude, I'm a little cute little comb right here.
Yeah. So pro tip for that comb, you can actually turn it around. See how it has like a little point, and you can use that to dig the wax out.
Oh,
and just smush it between
my
your
fingers kind of smashed it all up in there.
Yeah. So the guitar picks, that's also what the guitar picks are for too. You can leave one in the tin and use it to scrape the wax out.
You can't do that.
That way you're not having to use your thumbnail.
I'm messing this all up. I'm about to get a little curler. I'm about to get a little curler here. Oh man, we're messing this.
Another pro tip: if you're gonna, whenever you're gonna do the curl, pull it straight out, let it harden, and after it hardens, then curl it up. If you just go straight trying to curl it, it'll be all uneven, and you'll have to fight with it.
Straight to the side.
Yeah, so let it curl or let it harden straight.
Yeah,
and then once it's straight and hardened, then you can curl it.
Then
up.
you curl. Oh, so leave it like this for a minute.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 minutes or so, let it harden.
All right,
and
all
then
right. So we'll continue as yeah. Right on. This is awesome.
You got all the little pro tips.
I turned my light off. Sorry about you. Can't see. No, that's awesome. Again, we can talk off air, but we have a veteran community. Yeah, I know Cammy can fix it for me. Yeah, pro. I'm telling. Where else are you gonna find stuff like this at? You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah, tips are.
We do. Yeah, we support veterans, and so there's a lot of veteran musicians that, and the reason why I was thinking Colorado is I know there's a couple in Colorado right now, playing at a couple of different. They're playing all over, right? Because they're just hustlers, just want to get their it's their therapy. And that's why I kind of asked you guys what you guys do when you come back, and so now I just curl it.
Yeah, just work it from the in to the outside. Yeah, it'll probably work better when you get a mirror and you can see what you're doing. But yeah,
I don't look that bad.
Solid. Look at that. First try.
I'm gonna have to find my. I took one a while back when it first started. I'm gonna have to find mine from a while back there. But again, Sons of the Flag Revolution. Yeah, we got some good information. We're gonna get out to everybody today. Oh, Nana, as my mom's up here, she's saying hi, howdy. We talked a little bit about when you come back to the house and I don't want to say therapy, but it's the camaraderie that you guys have. And so I know for the veteran community, they have I don't want to say watchdogs, but they have dogs that help veterans, musicians that are taking guitar lessons and stuff like that. When you guys hang out after work, I mean, what do you guys like? I mean, what's the biggest thing to do that you guys obviously it's a softball question. I told you there's no hard questions here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally going to be softball questions. What's like the main thing that you guys just check in, like just checking on each other?
Yeah, I think that's a cool thing about where we are in Utah is there's so many outdoor things. There's so
Yeah.
much hiking and fishing and all that kinds of stuff. Those seem to be a good thing to get people together off duty just to spend time, do something fun. I actually have a couple buddies out in California. One, his name is John. He's a fireman out there, but he has an organization called Hold the Line Fly Fishing. And what he does is he basically takes firefighters, first responders on these guided fly fishing trips as like a PTSD or a coping decompress, like weekend trips at a time. Get them up in the mountains talking about whatever it is they're going through. I have another guy out there. They have a program called Fired Up where they take guys up and go on these camping trips, just stuff like that. Get away from the distractions of everyday life, go decompress, go talk with other people that are going through whatever it is you're going through. And yeah, I mean, just get away from the job for a little bit and just go be dudes together.
I think the fact that you mentioned earlier that that you understand, hey, it's not the bottle it up, suck it up, that's like the I mean, I know we're not millennials. I'm speaking for myself, but that's like the thing is like we need to be accountable. We need to hold our brothers and sisters accountable that it's okay that you're not okay and go get help. Like make sure that you're good, because suicide in law enforcement and let's just call it public servant is just as strong as anywhere else, and we're always going to sit back and think, oh man, like what could I have done? Right.
Yeah, I think this is the first year that firefighters had more suicides than PD. So it's not a trend that's going away. It's not something that's not happening. It's all super real. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think this is the first time that the scale has tipped, if that makes sense.
Unfortunately, right? That's one of those
Yeah.
things where you like that maintenance we had to do some maintenance on the fly. Zero stock, what is going on? Mark Peterson, firefighters drink Coke, cook and tinker. Yeah, right. Yeah, but literally that's basically how you became a firefighter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we just went through the whole story of it.
Yeah. I think it's good to have some skills before you show up, know how to fix things, because that's what the job is basically problem solving. Someone else has a problem and they call you because they can't fix it themselves.
Yeah.
So that's basically the job in a nutshell.
I really hope this is your buddies. I'm trying to bring. Whenever somebody mentions, I always try to give a shout out there. Yeah, I'm hoping this is it here. Yeah.
Yep, that's him. Yeah,
Hold the line recognizes it as a 501c3. Yeah, we'll definitely reach out and see if he wants to come on and talk about his nonprofit.
Yeah, he's got actually an event coming up in March, at the beginning of March in Southern California. Both of those programs, Hold the Line and Fired Up.
Kernville. Oh, yeah, he's in Kernville. Yeah.
So
I'm a Kern brewery guy.
Yeah, so that'll be at the beginning of March. Both of those organizations that I just mentioned together. So
nice.
We'll be out there for that as well.
And that's going to be okay. So I'm sorry, I squirreled on you, but yeah, we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You also do something around the holidays, which I think is awesome. And I've forgot the name. Big tip. Is that what it is?
Big tip dinner?
Big tip dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you guys came back? The one I read was you guys came back down to SoCal, and because again, you're from SoCal, so you had a lot of connections down here.
Yeah.
Is that a yearly thing that you guys just come back to SoCal for? Or is that something that you guys do all over also?
We've actually done it all over the country. We did it in Indy last year. We did it in Texas last year. We've done it all over. So we have a team. like our online ambassadors or whatever, but we call them our stache leets, right? It's not an athlete,
awesome.
they're a stache leet. So we have them all over the country, and if we know we're going to a certain area for an event or whatever it may be, we try to gather up as many of those people as possible, and we do what we call the big tip dinner. We try to get as big of a group as possible to go down there, and everybody just enjoy a meal together, break bread together, do all that kinds of stuff, pay for your meal, leave a tip like normal, like you would on your check. But then we have a card, and then everybody brings an extra big tip to put in that envelope and just to bless the server, just because. So it's something that we like to do just to come together as an organization and just come together as people, especially around the holidays when people are struggling or whatever. It's good just a little extra. We love you and we want to help you just because. So we call it the big tip dinner. We opened it up for the first time, that one that you saw in California. We've mentioned it a little bit, but we don't try to do it for social media cool points or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird vibe of wanting people to know that they can be a part of something like that, but like we're not looking for a pat on the back, right?
Isn't that like the hardest thing on social media? Is like, oh look, hey look, I'm gonna go get some peanut butter and jelly and some toast or some bread and go hand out peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
But then there's always the people that are like, well, why don't you just go do it and not say nothing about it? It's like, hey, I'm just letting you know if you want to come out and help, if you want to come out and join me, I'm gonna be here. And it's like, there's always going to be someone that's negative, no matter what. And that's just like the part where, 100 people can say, hey, you do a good job. Hey, that's awesome. And it's always that one or two. You're like, man, really? Like, come on. Yeah. You could make a difference if you really wanted it to, but you're being negative.
Yeah. So our mentality about it is just, hey, it might inspire someone else to go do something, and maybe they'll go do something bigger and better. Or maybe they'll just want to come next time and be a part of it. So we're not looking for cool points. We're not looking for attaboys. We're not looking for anything other than just, hey, it's an opportunity to come together and bless someone. So let's do it.
That's awesome. And do me a favor, send a message. We have some people we can work something out, and we can get you out there on the social media platforms. And again, most of these people that have been joining on us as Hero Stocks, they're starting a podcast. Mark Peterson, WP3, Patriot Pride. Every day is a Saturday. There's so many people on here that just they're awesome people that like, everyone wants that like-minded. Oh, the like-minded, right? It's like, I like to be around people who think like me. So that's basically the group of people that support me, and that's what's kind of cool. Joey, did I miss a comment from you? Rocking only a mustache is a bold move. Only few, bro. Because I'm telling you, dude, there's like a double, triple chin under this thing, dude. It ain't going nowhere. I'll tell you that much. But dude, like the dudes that can shave clean and then kick that mustache, yeah, I agree with you, Joey.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yes, bold move. See if it pays off.
Yeah.
And that's what's frustrating. I wish my dudes showed up, because that they would literally be laughing. And that's why we love it, because you got that. It's funny because, this. Oh, first of all, Squirrel, I got real sad for a second when I opened that box and I didn't see my stickers in there. They were under the folds. And I was like, oh, man. So I'm going to have to slap bad boy right on here. But yeah, no, again, man, thanks for joining me. I know you're off right now, and I'm going to try to multitask and do this at the same time, talk, open a sticker, and stay on topic. Thanks, Tonto, for saving my ass. Appreciate that. I need to link him with share. Yes. Yeah. There's so many people that have been on. Again, you're my 98th. I think after the 100th episode, which if you're around in 2 weeks, you can join us too. I think I'm going to stop calling them. I think I'm going to stop numbering them and just the next episode. Is that a California thing? Can I do that? I can do that. Do whatever the hell I want. It's my show, right?
Yeah.
Bam. There we go.
You're the boss.
Well, here's the thing. Normally we have all this different things and research and Yes. A friend of mine, her name is Jenna Carlton. She has a book. It's called The Veteran Workbook. And even though it's a veteran, we're all veteran of something, right? I'm a veteran truck driver. You're a veteran firefighter. So what I like to do is I'll thumb through this thing and I'll just stop on a page and I'll pick a question. You down?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. They're not hard. Becoming aware of how you root against yourself is the first step. You may not even realize you do it, but it may not. I don't root against myself. I can tell you don't root against yourself either. So it's self-sabotaging. So let's get out of that topic real quick. Normally I just go with it, but I'm like, yeah, no, you can tell when people they have positive thoughts and they're sure of themselves and they know they're not, pieces of junk, and it's not egotistical. It's just like, I know what I can do. Right.
Yeah. I had that conversation recently, actually. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Yeah. Arrogance is like a false belief of I'm the shit just because I think I am. And just because I want to be this certain way. Confidence is earned of I know where I've been. I know what I've done. I know what I bring to the table. And I'm confident in my abilities or my presentation or whatever, not in an egotistical way. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think I have more to offer, but I'm just good where I'm at. It's not arrogance, it's confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. So hack your brain. And again, the Veteran Workbook, it's a tool to help you reflect on your service and design your future by building structure and redefining who you are today. I always like to do it I like to bring this up with veterans. And when we find a lot of time whenever they're coming out of transition, they don't have a big gap. There's not that 2 or 3 month debriefing every day or, hey, you're getting out of the military. This is what you need to do. It's basically, hey, you're getting out of the military. Good luck. And that's what we find a lot. And guys get lost and, they turn to other things. And so again, that's where I'm kind of like, I want to see a veteran succeed. And I want to see him kick ass. And I want to see him turn a music career into something. I want to see him if they're building a house or working in construction or whatever they're doing, I just want to support veterans and law enforcement and first responders and stuff like that. How can you remind yourself today that you are, what the hell? Every time, how do you remind yourself today that you are perfect?
I'm not perfect. That's how
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. What's going on? I've never had this before.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another softball. What are you grateful for today? Reflection day. Page 168. Reflection day. What are you happy for today?
Everything. I wrote that actually in my journal this morning. I think it's super important to journal and keep track of where you are and be able to look back. But I put that in there this morning. I was grateful that I woke up another morning. I woke up, sat across the table from my wife, and we had some coffee. And then my kiddos came downstairs, and we were looking out the window at snow-covered mountains. And I was grateful that we're all here together. And then got to do some Stache Salt work all day, having a good conversation.
I saw you in the lab. I saw you in the lab.
Yeah. Yep. In the Stache lab today.
Oh man, what is this?
There it is. Solid.
We're getting there. So hey, for never being trained or anything like that. Hey, what the heck?
It's those pro tips.
Yeah, I tell you. I'm not. Hey, I mean, I would come and watch a contest and have a good time and drink a beer with you guys. So normally we always ask, at the end of the day, what's your go-to? What's your kickback drink with the mom? You guys are just chilling, fire's crackling. Like, what's the go-to?
Well, once upon a time, it would have been any beer or whiskey. I'm actually 3 months sober, like next month.
Dude, congrats.
So that was
awesome.
That was a dark place for me for a long, long time. I'm glad that's gone. But now, I used to think it was crazy, but like just fizzy water, but not just any fizzy water, like a Topo.
Yeah.
Right. A Topo Chico. That is top shelf.
Oh, is it? Okay. Topo Chico. I have to check that out. I see it because I deliver to grocery stores, but yeah.
Yeah. That
was awesome.
There.
Hey, congrats, man. That's, I mean, we know that alcohol is one of the worst things that you can put in your body, right? Just like sodas and stuff like that. I'm not an athletic. I'm an athletic dude, but I'm not an athletic body anymore. And my point is congratulations. That's awesome. I'm not making it about me. Congratulations. That's awesome. I hope you continue. I hope you work towards your goal.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
huge.
Yeah, it's
that's huge.
Probably the best decision I've ever made is when that was done. So
yeah, but you put a Topo Chico in a glass and a little lime, a little mint. Nobody knows the difference.
That's the good life,
right?
Man. Yeah, I'm not trying to impress anyone. I don't care. So if it tastes good to me, I'm in.
a little lime, a little mint. Oh man,
absolutely,
that's great. Griffin, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you. We'll have all the links up. Hey, remember, guys, if you want to go check it out, StacheSalt.com. Go check something out. I can't wait to put my hat on. I got my stash looking pretty fly right now.
Good.
But,
I dig it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Again, I'll be reaching out, and if there's anything we can do, we'll work together.
Perfect.
Right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. You guys have a good night.
You too. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Contagion Effect show for tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to play a few, and then we are going to wrap it up. And again, thank you guys for joining us. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure. Have a good time out here. And I want to close with this one. I think this was kind of cool. Let's check out our buddy Tom Ettinger doing something on the patio here. Got to hang out with Tom in Hero Stock in Nebraska, and that was pretty awesome. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you. It was a good show. It's always a good show, man. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, go do something that somebody can't do something back for you. All right? Remember, deuces.